Welcome to our exploration of global weight loss drug prices, projected for 2025. As we delve into this topic, we'll uncover the disparities and challenges faced by patients worldwide. We'll explore a few key topics: how drug prices vary around the world, the big price gap for Wegovy, where Mounjaro is available and how much it costs, what's driving the price differences, what it means for patients, and what we might see in 2025. Each part will help explain the bigger picture of how and why these medications are priced the way they are. Let's begin with the price landscape. We'll examine how the US tops the global price list, the disparities faced by American patients, and the impact these high prices have on patient choices. Let's focus on the stark contrast between US and global prices for GLP-1 weight loss drugs. Firstly, the US holds the top spot for the highest list prices. Take Ozempic, for instance. It's priced at a staggering $936 per month here. Compare that to just $83 in France. Now let's talk about why this is happening. The primary reason is the absence of government price regulation and bulk purchasing in the US. This creates a situation where American patients are paying 4 to 10 times more than those in Europe or Asia. Lastly, consider the impact on patients. The high costs force many in the US to find alternative payment options or even forego treatment altogether. Meanwhile, patients in countries with regulated prices have much more affordable access. This is a critical issue affecting health equity. Ozempic prices vary widely across the globe, with the US at the high end. These differences in pricing policies affect patient access, with lower prices in countries like France and Japan, making the drug more accessible. Next is Wegovy gap. Limited availability and high prices in the US contrast with more affordable options in countries with negotiated prices, underscoring the need for policy changes to improve access. Right now, Wegovy is available only in a few high-income countries. The price difference is striking: $1,349 a month in the US compared to just $328 in Germany. This disparity largely stems from the US's lack of government negotiation with drug manufacturers, unlike Germany, which actively negotiates to keep costs down. The impact is significant. Many patients in the US face financial barriers to accessing Wegovy, while those in countries with negotiated prices have more affordable options. This highlights a critical need for policy reforms. Looking ahead, as more countries consider adopting Wegovy, we may see a narrowing of the global price gap. However, without changes in policy, US prices are unlikely to see a similar decrease. These dynamics play a crucial role in shaping access and affordability for patients worldwide. Supply shortages of Wegovy are a significant issue impacting patient access in various regions. In countries like Australia, Canada, and Japan, limited availability leads patients to seek alternatives. This often involves using medications like Ozempic off-label, which were not initially intended for this purpose. This situation highlights a disparity between what is approved and what patients are resorting to in real-world scenarios. It's crucial to understand how these shortages push individuals toward off-label solutions, which can result in unequal access to healthcare. As we consider these ramifications, it's important to think about how supply chain improvements and policy adaptations might better align approved uses with patient needs globally. Now let's map the Mounjaro price spectrum. Prices range significantly, reflecting varying regulatory approaches. The high US price limits its accessibility for weight management compared to other countries. Let's dive into the global pricing of Mounjaro. First, notice the striking price range, from $319 in Japan to a hefty $1,023 in the US. This disparity isn't just a number, it reflects how different countries handle regulations and market pressures. Now, let's talk about off-label use. Mounjaro is officially for diabetes, but its off-label use for weight loss is gaining traction. This trend is particularly interesting in the US, where the high cost can limit access to those seeking it for weight management. These price differences and off-label trends highlight broader issues of access and equity in healthcare. It's a complex landscape, and understanding it helps us appreciate the challenges faced by those seeking effective treatments. As far as UK's stance regarding Mounjaro is concerned, despite its potential benefits, the UK has not recommended Mounjaro for weight management due to a lack of sufficient evidence demonstrating long-term value. This decision leaves many patients having to pay out of pocket or look for alternative sources, such as private markets option. Some patients in the UK are accessing Mounjaro through private telehealth subscriptions, which cost about $150 per month. This highlights how private market solutions can step in to fill the gaps left by public healthcare decisions. UK's cautious approach with Mounjaro illustrates the significant impact health technology assessments can have on access and affordability. These assessments drive policy decisions, showing how carefully each country navigates new treatments. As patents expire, generics could enter the market, potentially lowering prices and reducing the global price gap. This future shift could make weight loss drugs more accessible to patients worldwide. Here is how different pricing strategies impact patients across the globe. Firstly, in the United States, pharmaceutical companies have the freedom to set prices without government regulation. This flexibility often results in higher costs for medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro. In contrast, European countries take a different approach. They negotiate drug prices with manufacturers and leverage bulk purchasing through national health systems. This strategy results in significantly lower costs for their patients. The impact of these differing policies is substantial. While US patients often face steep prices, European patients enjoy more affordable access to the same medications. Considering these differences, the question arises, could the US benefit from adopting European-style negotiation strategies? Such a shift might lower drug prices and improve access for countless patients. Another concept of patent cliffs and generics that stands as a beacon of hope for more affordable medication. Currently, GLP-1 drugs have strong patent protection. This protection limits competition, keeping prices high. However, there's a significant opportunity on the horizon. When these patents expire, generic versions of these drugs can be developed. Generics often bring prices down significantly because they introduce competition into the market. This shift could help reduce the global price gap and make these essential medications more accessible to everyone. It's an exciting potential change that could benefit patients worldwide. Looking ahead to 2025, policy changes and Medicare negotiations could lead to price reductions in the US. This shift may signal more affordable access, benefiting patients who need these treatments. If we see insurance coverage divide for GLP-1 drugs, particularly in the United States, currently, only 22% of US health plans cover these drugs for weight loss. This means the majority of patients are left to foot the bill themselves. It's a stark contrast to regions like Europe and Asia, where universal or subsidized healthcare offers broader access to these treatments. Now let's consider the impact. This lack of coverage in the US creates significant disparities. Many patients who need these medications simply cannot afford them. It's a crucial issue that highlights the broader challenges within the healthcare system. As we move forward, think about how these coverage gaps affect individual lives and what that means for healthcare equity. Now let's take a look how creative solutions people are employing to access weight loss drugs. In the US, many are turning to alternative methods like manufacturer coupons or online pharmacies. Some even resort to cross-border purchases. These approaches showcase the lengths to which individuals will go to manage costs. Meanwhile, in the UK, there's an innovative trend with private telehealth subscriptions. Patients can access weight loss drugs for around $150 a month. This highlights a different kind of workaround that emphasizes convenience and access. Patients worldwide are developing creative strategies to obtain these medications. This underscores an urgent need for more affordable and equitable options across the board. These strategies reveal not only the challenges faced by patients, but also their resilience and adaptability. So here what we can expect. There's a significant political momentum building in the US to lower the costs of these crucial medications. This has prompted key manufacturers, like Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, to reduce cash prices to $499 per month. Looking forward, Medicare negotiations concerning diabetes indications might result in even further price cuts. This not only reflects a shift in policy, but also a potential turning point toward wider, more affordable access for many Americans. By addressing these policy pressures, we can see a path forming toward a more equitable healthcare landscape. As we look ahead, it's projected that global obesity rates will double by 2030. This surge is expected to drive an increased demand for weight loss drugs, significantly expanding the market. The market for these drugs is set to grow exponentially, with forecasts suggesting it could reach a staggering $150 billion by 2035. This growth will attract more companies into the field, heightening competition. Now, consider the impact of generic drugs entering the market. Their introduction is anticipated to compress international price gaps, potentially making these essential medications more affordable across the globe. Lastly, policy changes, combined with this increased competition, will likely reshape the global pricing landscape. This can lead to improved access for patients worldwide, which is an encouraging prospect for public health. Thanks for watching. Subscribe Health Bulletin for latest update in science and health.